how likely do you think this law is going to really go through?
Well, thanks so much for having me. If you had asked me last week, I would have said it looks like a pretty clear path forward in Congress and then to the president's desk, where President Biden said he would sign it if it passes. But after yesterday, when former president in 2024, likely Republican nominee Donald Trump came out and publicly opposed the bill, I think its prospects, even on the Hill, are far more uncertain. House Republican leaders say they still plan to expedite the bill and bring it to a vote tomorrow, Wednesday, in the United States. From there, it'll move to the Senate. But there are a lot of questions about whether Republicans are still going to support this. And among Democrats, there are reasons to be wary about the bill, particularly since TikTok is so popular among young people and in particular Democrat-leaning voters.
I'm just wondering then, what is TikTok likely going to do then? I mean, is it something that are they really interested in really selling? Will they really go through with that? And who would actually be a likely buyer of TikTok at this point?
I think the first step for the company, and what we're seeing right now very actively in DC, is a very active and grassroots campaign to try and lobby Congress to even avoid the issue of this bill passing in the first place. And it sounds like what they're in particular going to be targeting is the Senate, given that the bill is likely to go to a House vote as early as tomorrow. After that, I think the company plans to, as Bloomberg has reported earlier today, try and fight the bill in the courts. And this is something that TikTok has experience with. They've fought federal bans as well as state bans before. In the past, courts have delayed or overturned those bans. And so I think the company sees reason to believe that it has the ability to fight this. If that fails, then I think it faces the question of divestment versus facing a ban on its operations in the United States. And I think the divestment could in particular be very difficult, not only because of the assets that ByteDance would lose, but actually in the past, Beijing has said that the algorithm used by TikTok is a sort of national security treasure, a proprietary element that it does not want to see shared with foreign countries and foreign companies. So there's a whole web of geopolitical complexity here before you even get to the point of divestment versus facing the ban.
And you mentioned if this bill actually fails in Congress, and obviously, it's such a popular app among young users in the U.S. as well. If it does fail, does that, what other challenges do you think TikTok still faces in the U.S.?
That's a great question. I think given the number of attempts we've seen at both the federal level and the state level to go after TikTok, given what we're seeing as very persistent concerns among congressional lawmakers, but more broadly about the potential national security risk posed by TikTok, I think those concerns are likely to persist. Even if this particular bill fails, I think there will be future attempts to challenge the platform and the company's operations in the United States. And so this is likely to be an ongoing story and an ongoing source of political risk and uncertainty for TikTok and more broadly for China-affiliated companies in the United States.